Salamukela njalo balela bahle emakhaya lapha khona igama njalo uMC Moshaba DJ Mthokazi Mawuthanda khonale ezikholweni zasejane khonale kwalamatsholotsho thina sithi endleleni sithemba inkani angithi right ngibuye futhi kwesinye isiqephu namhlanje se podcast yabantu isibiza ngesilungu sithi yona the uncomfortable truth angihambi ngedwa futhi namhlanje ngihamba lo Joyful Mncube uJofi Jofi
sanibonani bahlali njani
uright Jofi uyaphila kodwa
uyaphila futhi
noma usicatshele singakubona hayi silankinga
hayi bakhathaze
namhlanje abadala sibaphathele abantu emakhaya siliphathele namhlanje indoda eyaziwa kakhulu kakhulu edume ngelembongi ngepoetry abanye bamanzi kakhulu kwezombangazwe futhi uyathintakala yatholakala the none other than igama lakhe ngubongani Mncube simbone kakhulu kuzimbongi ku theater umuntu who have contributed much if I may not lie ukuthi hayi indoda esesiyibone kakhulu kuma television sethi ethu sayibona kakhulu asemculweni nakumbongi yayo kuma poetry yayo indoda kudala isebenza kakhulu kodwa ukuhlala kwamanje ihlele kwele goli setho namhlanje siyayiletha live and direct ku uncomfortable truth ku podcast yabantu siyiphethe namhlanje ngithi baba Mncube linjani
siyaphila mpofu njani
angiyaphila lami isibongo nguNcube kumbe ngomncube ngoba ngilokuthi mangikhangela ndibe ngizokuxhumana usebenzisa ubongani Mncube so isibongo esiyiso ngoNcube kumbe ngomncube kumbe lokho into kuyafanana
kahle kahle into eyi1 ukuthi
into eyodwa
kufana lokuthi wena isibongo umpofa kodwa ngokobuzwe uzibiza xa sithina siyathi umpofa fana ukuthi umuntu lichunu bese sithi ngokobuzwe umbuza uthi Mchunu so uNcube lo Mncube xa uthi Mncube ubiza ngokobuzwe uthi wesizwe sakho Mncube
asokucatshela igumbakumba asokucatshela igumbakumba phela into emnandi ukuthi kudala la buya lapha eGoli endlala izifihla
uqinisile
sesibuye lana ku uncomfortable truth ngaba le ndaba ziphila so songathola ukuthi uMncube wayengukuzifihla ukuthi nje uMncube ngeke eGoli ngiqinisile phela hayi ngitshaye njalo Jofi uyizwile indaba iphuma njalo
hayi sazobuza ngoba khona udoda iphathi lethwa iZanc olesibongo la kuthiwa nguMncube
okay
so bebebabili abantu kade ngibazi okwakhathesi kwele Zimbabwe abasebenzisa uMncube bengisithi ngizobuza sengiphendulekile
suphendulekile phela lo wepasi lokubalekela amapolisa uchilo ubaba Mncube lapho sibuyele ubesazitsho lapha nkena ungubani imbali yakhe briefly uzalwa kuphi ndoda ekhulele kuphi njalo
okay igama ngibongani Mncube mina ngizalwa eBlanktree endaweni okuthiwa kuseMatole
likhalanga
kahle kahle ngibuye esikhalangeni kahle kahle mina ngumtswana
wona ngumtswana
hayi
isikhumba siyavuma lesikhumba siyavuma Jofi yasibona isikhumba siyavuma phela
ngizalwe kozimnyama ngo1977 laphana ngo7 litwini le ndoda abantu abayazi kakhulu
elifana kakhulu
bathi umathambo xaka
yile iziza amathambo yena kodwa yena ngumbhali angithi
umbango wedlozi
yona
ayibambi lapho ndodo okumathambo xakalala liwele lakho
and bayafana ukuthi wazi bafake bebabili kuba nzima ngaba labo kwenye indawo sasemcimbini eSafari Lodge kwakunzima lokuthi ngibone ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi lemizimba yayilingana kuba nzima ukuthi ubone onguye ngulo hawu kuhle manje osomaphatla libabili nje
kuphela sizele futhi ngitshele mina ngizalwa uMantungwane umXhosa la ulithwi so lathi singamathwini ke singabe 7 abantwaneni bakamama ababu9 okay so kule 2 ngemva kwethu mina ngatshelwa kwathiwa mina yime ngimncane kulomathambo so
uyakuvuma yini
ngakuvuma ngoba mina abantu abambatha umathambo babomdala
bakhole
besazi khona
ngoba njalo
kahle kwabanjalo
incwadi wena lawe uyabhala
yebo ngiyabhala ngathi mina ngiqala ukubhala incwadi iphume 2015 ethi umhlaba onaqiniso which is a controversial bathambo kakhulu kwezamasiko mina ngakhulu kwezombusazwe yabona so umhlaba olaqiniso it's about i participation yezakhamizi during the liberation struggle and after that asazange zirecognize so kuhlonishwa abantu ababe nezibhamu abantu bazuzulwe understand so umhlaba waqiniso it came like that.
Okay, usho ukuthi masi fast forward ngebhukulele nje ubujovu bese buzile lapha. Usho ukuthi lapha usola kakhulu ukuthini uthola ukuthi kwaba khona abantu abaphiwa ama 50,000 ngezikhathi sokureimburse sokunikezwa something ama-oveti kodwa kwakulabo abanye abantu ababe contribute bona abanye contribute ngezibhamu
mina
into ichazayo
mina ngithe ngena isikolo ngo-1984
khona le
so
plus
yeah
uyindoda nje kulele emakhaya
kakhulu so bekune Gukurahundi what I'd seen into yang-influencer kakhulu ukuthi ngibhakade umhlaba lwaqiniso we'd seen iGukurahundi coming we'd seen ama-dissidents eza la ekhaya efuna ukuphekelwa athathela abazali bethu izinto
so
now
ama-dissidents kule nto umbuzo lapha ohlala udidwa ngabantu ngicela ukuba ngumlomo ngizakuvumela uqhubeke kule gama lelithi dissident and ngikuzwa la uyalibamba manje uthi wena ama-dissident hayibuya so uyakuvuma ukuthi ama-dissident hayikhona ngesikhathi seGukurahundi uyatsho wena wakho umlomo ukuthi ama-dissident hayikhona njalo wawabona
ama-distance ayikhona but esingaphikisana ngakho ukuthi ama-distance ayicreatwe ngubani you understand
so ama-dissident ayisenzani
okay ama-distance babebuya bafuna ukuphekelwa abazali
behlukumeza abazali ngendlela e-right kumbe ngendlela ngoba i-history ekhona ngama-dissident ilodlame phakathi le-instability
asingeke sithi ngendlela e-right why because these people were carrying guns yabona umuntu noma ekucela ifoni kodwa mayiphethe isibhamu
exactly
asondlela right
because i-ground
ground ayikho level ukuthi ungayala understand so bona even babebonisa ubuntu understand ukuthi okay baba but abadala vele obvious ucela kwakhona into yakhe yokugcina remember mina umama ebanikeza isepa yokugcina esale nganayo understand so because of fear angithi yabo so angeke sithi ground ay level
so how big were these groups zama-dissident like ma ungathi sakukhumbula wena bangaka ama-dissident that you still vividly remember ukuthi can you count even to 10 or to 20 ubala ama-dissident
no ama-distance what normally happened ngaleso sikhathi noma bebanenge babengangena emzini okwani yabona itwizo ngena ngapha itwizo angeke libabone bonke bephelele as such understand kulesikhathi engakathi before sesikolweni I'd seen i-group yama-distance it was 12 yanga ayiningi yabona engangayibona
roaming the streets
yeah but normal ama-distance is 2 1 3 because kwaba lesinye story nje sasinvolve ubhuti wami so abanye uyalala ngikhathi but babengena luthola ukuthi abanye baya kwamakhelwane abanye baya ngapha lena lizoza kwamakhelwane so sidayi lakithi kade bekhona abanye
so are you saying the government was justified now in sending troops in the form of 50th Brigade to go and quell this because I
want to separate these two things.
Yes.
The government first had done something. Firstly, what government did, yafaka national army, is a 10A. They come up is they understand? So what Usakaramai said, he said when they removed the national army, they said the problem national army
was the national army failing?
No. He said it was integrated. You remember National Army was built by RF, Zebra and Zandla.
Yes.
So
yes.
He said it was Rhodesian front.
Oh, Amabutu Smith.
So
okay, they were part of the integration.
Integration, yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. After 1980. So what happened? Usekramai said the problem is and there is zebra inside, which he says amathistes are also part of zebra.
Oh, so these were ex-zebras.
No, we'll come there.
Okay.
They are not exactly all of them. They were not ex-zebras.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So Sekramai said we have to remove ZN because these zebra guys can't shoot their own brothers because he was saying. Then they remove ZNA. But it was an idea really because they trained Gukurahundi before. So
Gukurahundi was being trained already.
Yeah, was already being trained in Nyanga.
Okay.
So Basebe keep ZN by replacing Gukurahundi. But Gukurahundi was one. It was more of ZANU brigade. You understand? And not a national army.
Were these people coming from the national army or just ordinary people from the streets?
No, not ordinary people from
Or
states.
political affiliated people.
Bathatha abantu, mostly they were mixing Toluti, Kongama formers, and then Mncube, who were young during the liberation struggle, we put there, understand. So,
usakhuluma nge-setup Jofi, asakhuluma nge-setup ye-Gukurahundi. There is another concept futhi ethi yona ku-5th brigade leyo Gukurahundi. There were people from Matebeleland there that were also part of that Gukurahundi brigade. Do you agree to that?
kunzima ukwehlukanisa umuntu owazi isiNdebele nomuntu wasemathebelele.
So are you agreeing that kwakulabantu ababekhuluma isiNdebele?
Mina ngizange ngababona because iGukurahundi babetolkela abantu esasibazi bekhuluma isiNdebele kwazi iZNA babehamba labantu but iGukurahundi azange ngibone umuntu okhuluma isiNdebele but I can't say
ukuzwa wodwa la khona lokhu ukuthi kuthiwa bakhona abantu ababekhuluma isiNdebele being part of that group that was terrorized.
Yeah, ngiyakuzwa but I once did research with the CCJP and Peter Steve.
Yeah.
They said abantu ababe ngabandebele they were removed before deploy Gukurahundi yabo. So sometimes esingeke ukuphike sithi mhlambe babekhona ababekhuluma isiNdebele but they were not people from Matebelele.
So umbuzo wami usawubuza ngokuthi so the government, are we agreeing that the government had to do something about the distance?
Yes.
And maybe, yes, some other way, their end goal or their objective yokufuna to quell this issue about distance, they had to do something about it. And then maybe it came out wrong, but they had to do something about it. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree, but let's go back and say who were the dissidents. And firstly, there were about 3 types of dissidents.
Okay.
Firstly, the ex-Zebra, ababalekayo ku-army, ku-integration, because babebulawa, babechotshebsu, babebulawa.
Okay.
So the guys, I actually don't want to call them dissidents, they were survivors. Ababalekayo, bahlale egangeni because they were hunted, yabona. Bese kusiba lama dissidents were called Super Zap, were created by apartheid South Africa. Angry about ukuthi umbuso lwana sonjani suwele abantu nobamnyama bathatha advantage, they took ama ex-repride disgruntled train South Africa.
Haibo, so are you saying there were some people that were taken from Zimbabwe and trained in South Africa?
Yes.
For what reason?
For destroying umbuso kaMkha, yabona. Now they were dissidents again. Abantu ababethatha advantage ye situation behambe be terrorize abantu, and then there were dissidents who is called pseudo dissidents abafonywa izanu-PF angisho to make Matebeleland even unstable so that they have a reason to put Gukurahundi. Yeah, understand.
You mentioned for destroying umbuso kaMkha by who?
Well, this apartheid government not in support of Mncube rule, because there was a time when Mncube was even distanced himself from the ANC, if I remember well. There was an interview where the late President Robert Mncube distanced himself from ANC at that time in the MK. And then how would the same people that he was neutral or let me say maybe pro now be abangani bakhe because I'm thinking they were his friends now form a group to oust him in the form of
I think lapana what happened, they tried Mncube, it was I think 81 or so. So they failed. So izinto ezenzeka after, I understand that. After what they want peace, yabona lo Mncube, but they tried bona to destroy because they wanted to prevent ilogozen. Yabona, they wanted to because Mncube ngesikhathi ngene embusweni babengekho sure ukuthi Mncube will agree with them, so they wanted to destroy indlela ye-MK lapha. Understand? So that's how it happened. So later then.
So now going back to issue of Gukurahundi, are you saying the method was wrong, but the government had to do something about Gukurahundi? Are we agreeing on that? Let's say you're in power then. There are people terrorizing a region in your own country. Like those 3 types of people. The government wouldn't know. Maybe you are at a better stage to have understood what disgruntled and ulama terrorists that have been trained in another country. These people, can we agree with they are terrorists? They were terrorists.
Firstly, the government created the situation you go to be dissident. You understand? So it's them who created that situation. As I said, with ababe balega ku-integration ye-army, because babe ngindezelo and babe fungmabula. Then bona they create their own distance without destabilizing Matebelele.
So if you were in power, what do you think the government was supposed to do? These ones, let's say these ones that they did not create, these ones that were just doing mischievous, because you are agreeing to say, bebe kuona vela de besenzo wa. So are you saying what was the government supposed to do about those people?
The government was right to go to send ZNA in Matebelele. Was right to send ZNA, but collect to Yabantu or whatever. But the problem was, Izan PA wanted to silence is up forever. That's why it was destabilizing Matebelele, so that they have a reason. So that's why they were quick to remove ZNA, so that they replace it in a fifth brigade, so that they silence it.
So going back to this time, this area, which year did you leave Zimbabwe now for South Africa? Were you running away from Gukurahundi or you just left for greener pastures? Oh, what is happening on this guy? So on Sugeni Zimbabwe,
Suga 95.
Which was here
Suga 95. I came in South Africa. So you know, what happened actually? Umkhulu wami bamshaya bamphula imbambo yabona zahlaba ngaphakathi. He later died. My father bamshaya na it was
Gukurahundi la. Okay.
Bamshaya futhi nabo washona 87 but wayevele good. Now I couldn't go to school yabo. So we were very intelligent. Unfortunately thina besibabile and bebhatala esikolweni and umama wayesele yedwa yabona. So
ubaba wayeseshonile.
Asazange siye secondary school, so that's why I came early yabona. Maybe I was 18 or 95. So I came to South Africa. I studied.
So going back to South Africa, fast forward to you have been involved in politics. Several times you have been involved. I think leading to the formation of Mtwaga's Liberation Front to our is it Zimbabwe Action Movement, if I remember very well. When did you start being politically active? Did you start Mtwagazi or you started in these nationalist movements that were there?
I started
like
back then.
Of OMTC.
I started back then. There was a group. It was called ZSG. I think about 2003. I little remember the late remember more.
Yes.
So I started from there. That's where I met about Dr. Zenzo, about Butelezo Nyati, and many others. Maneng, I'm activist and was
So what was this organization for?
It was a pressure group to pressurize MTC. But later it changed to.
Was it in support of MTC?
Yeah, was in support, but it was formed in a split MTC. You understand?
Oh, MTC Green and
because of forced people died because of that split. Abantu babesesaba, others were arrested, but I can't name them now.
Ubusaqhaza lapha enqubo ukuthi indaba ZSG angithi lamadoda athi ukhuluma ngawo elike lasebenzisana usithi laqala ngesikhathi kusplit. So kusplitting lapha, why did you see a need to form this organization? Okay. Were you part of the people, the founders of people that formed?
No, actually, I just joined ZSG. Until I exist, but I was the people.
What did ZSG stand for?
But I was part of the people who formed EZAM, ZSG. You understand? You know, I always say tribalism and Gukurahundi will always continue to shape politics young aditi, understand? Okay. Which yabuya futinayo, and then later we formed EZAM, which was led by Lookout Mawanga. I think you know the guy.
Yes.
So that's where I started the activism gakor. Understand? That's where into zakiti zabuya corner. That's where I started a group. I think we formed a group. Eyokubhala, you understand? That's where it was like club, like with Dr. Zenzo Moyo, we've got Umlampling Komo, who knows me, we've Tandas. I just started a group to pala whatever I want. But unfortunately,
political issues?
No, anything. We formed that group inside ZSG. Okay. That's where I think umkondo wokpala wabuya back to me, understand? So we formed that group. Unfortunately, azange indawo kakhulu. I think mina nje
why did it fail?
I think the problem was immediately formed it is at SG Yawa. Then we started ZAM.
Okay.
Understand?
With the same people. Is ZAM yonimeleleni?
Zimbabwe Action Movement.
Okay, Action Movement.
Yeah.
Lali action and lapho njengaba Zimbabwe.
It's the most group entrepreneur.
Lali funa ukukhetha umbuso.
I got my sitting
Yabuza phe.
Yeah. So
lali uyavuma ukuthi lali funa ukukhetha umbuso.
We're fighting as people were fighting.
Okay.
So
who were you fighting?
We're pressurizing normally political parties they must do something. But
so you were affiliated to which political group?
We're not affiliated in a way. Worked with everyone.
Okay, umqondo lali usupporta ngaba. So which means when you worked with the opposition within the
umqondo support I would let Izanu must be ikhishu.
Oh, igama lingafuna ukuphuma leli.
Hayi kuthi alifuna ukuphuma. Everyone knows ukuthi Bongani is anti-Zanu.
Okay, also you're anti-Zanu.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, but if you say everyone knows, I get worried ngoba with a lot of issues that you title are mainly from Matebele and they are of Ndebele. Are you a tribalist?
No.
How can you say no when almost in everything that you are known for, it's inkondlo, ngamabhuku, everything that you do is pro the Ndebele people?
Being pro Ndebele people doesn't mean you are anti anyone.
And mangikhuluma after ZAM ngicabanga ukuthi kwavuka amalungu afana labo Mtwakazi Liberation Front. Were you part of those
after ZAM kwaphuma iMatebeleni Freedom Party?
So yes, ngiyakhonapho kuMatebeleni Freedom Party. Why did you see a need? How can you reduce a cause that was national? Like Chofi, the Zimbabwe Action Movement.
Yeah.
This is a national cause, right? And then you saw it fit to let's reduce it to Matebeleni Freedom Party.
No.
Into a region, because Matebeleni is a region, it's a province.
You there?
Yes.
Actually, the members, some members of Zimbabwe Action Movement left Zimbabwe Action Movement and formed MFP. Understand?
And you joined them?
No, I never joined them.
Why did you see no need to join them?
There was no need to leave ZAM.
So you didn't leave ZAM?
No.
So you're not part of information of MTO as a Freedom Party?
Are
Only
you
that.
Are you in any way affiliated with MRP, MLF, as we know them?
No.
But you have seen several times performing for those people wearing T-shirts, Zabomtwagazi, printing into Zabomtwagazi. Because you are printing, you print, right?
Yeah.
You own a printing shop. And also, Umkhai Wenkondlo. You're an artist per se. Like I said, imsebenzi yakhe eminingi ilo Mtwakazi. And indumela zalabo abantu abazibiza ngomtwakazi siyazazi sonke ukuthi ngezokuthi akuqhunywe ilizwe. Lawo ukuthi ilizwe liqunywe yini?
Okay. First as correcting ukuthi who is Mtwakazi? Hey, Mtwakazi isizwe. Isizwe samandebele. This is Mtwakazi.
How? Let's just keep let's Jofi.
So, Mtwakazi.
Asizona sembangazo lesi skip.
Kufana lani. When ZANU-PF fought for liberation, they called themselves Zimbabwe African Union, and ZANU called them. So ZANU wasn't Zimbabwe, an issue. So MRP is not Mtwakazi. It's a party.
Komtwakazi kunga.
Yeah.
Komtwakazi kunga.
Komtwakazi kuseZimbabwe ngisho endaweni yamaNdebele.
Imtwakazi is it a region in Zimbabwe kumbe lilizwe? So much Mtwakazi, are you referring to
it's a region. What let me correct to say, yeah. It's a region, but there are people who want to be released. Now, my
are you part
opinion
of those
says,
people?
I'm not part of those people, but my opinion says, if people want to move out of Zimbabwe, it's their democratic right. Akumelanga abantu ba force ukuthi hlala la bengafuni. Understand? So it's their democratic right with madoda asafuna ukuhlala lana.
And you have been seen supporting these people with your works. Several occasions you are invited to come and do poets for these people that are saying ilizwe lethu aliqunywe. Kuthi ukuthi phela ukhambisana lapho. Angiboni ngakama yedlalela abantu mina engazwani lapho. Abangani phela ngizaba lomngani kanjani nomuntu engazwani.
Okay, I'm an artist, I got paid.
Ngoba bayakubhadala mabe kuqhatsha.
Yes. I got paid. Ngabona siya performa kuZANU. I'm paid. Ngabona siya performa kuMtwakazi. paid. Ngabona siyaperforma MDC. I'm paid. So mina
would you perform for ZANU PF?
Actually for ZANU PF if bona bengavuma ukuthi Bongani wazoperform Africa or ngibhaqa ezizweni ku ZANU PF I will go. But bengathi fika khona ngale bethi shintsha inkondlo zami because inkondlo zami izihambelana with what I believe. Understand? Bangathi shintsha inkondlo zami.
But so which means phela
because
even uzafika uperforme zona kodwa uperformela bona abantu othi wona uzwani labo.
Ngibatshela khona lokuthi futhi angizwani nani ngoba liyajonja. Inkondlo zami ziyabe sijoka njalo ukuthi ngilapha nje ngoba lengibizile lengibhadela kodwa angizwani nani ngoba lenzeni liya.
Kodwa phela wena njengoba ngitshila ngathi Jofi yindoda eprinter. Iprinter iziprintele la yona izana umqobo lwayo labo triple C labo MRP. Mawuthi laba awubathandisisi kahle abanye. Ubenzela njani umsebenzi ukuthi bedume bazakale wena ungazwisisani lapho?
Okay.
Angithi uthe wena mawuyinkondlo ngathi kuyenzeka inkondlo ethandayo. Kanti njengoba nansi imbala yabo ukuze sabalale wena uyatholakala uprinter uba printela izikipa namuntu uprinteze triple C. Inkolelo yakho echo ibelief yakho wena iyabi ngapi makathi lo angimthandisisi kodwa umenze into ezihle. Kuba phela imisebenzi yakhe emihle ezandla siyazi ukuthi imihle kakhulu.
What happened unfortunately I'll cross that bridge when I get there because angazangithola itender ezan PF and
kodwa labo triple C ulokulithola phela.
Yeah, but I support Triple C.
Oh, you support Triple C?
I support anyone who is against ZANU-PF. I'm not against Triple C.
Okay.
So,
but somehow told when it tender today, if you are hired by our government party, which is ZANU-PF, ukuthi sicela usenzele ama t-shirts. Ungayibenzela?
I said I will cross that bridge when I get there.
Hayi?
But what I realized...
Imali nansi yakhuluma phela. Sithe mina ungabenzela yebo noma cha.
Hayi okwamanje cha
msathi ngoba bakabuyi
angazi
uzaqotsha phela ama customer njengoba uzi business
okay but you know there was some years back under abalobi bakithi ngisho we had formed, I think you know it, My School, My Future.
Yes, yes.
So we're sending a stationary car, a stationary car. But kwezinye indawo lapha ekhaya they refused the stationary.
Indawo.
They asked, mase ngitshelwa mina kuthiwa they asked umuntu obuyela ukuthi do you know Bongani? But yeah.
How?
But yeah, kusho ukuthi wena usebenza lo Bongani and because Bongani is against our government. Stationary list as a spoon, and you understand that we don't accept that.
So is it how the Dream My School, My Future stopped?
Yeah.
Why did it stop?
Dream My Future.
Akulabadla izimali ngoba lana licela phela ama donations. Into lezi ngazithele ngemali zenu.
What happened lapana remember I moved from la ngangihlala khona asebenzela out yabona. I was futhi I was tasking I was chairperson yabalobi bakithi ngiphinde ibe chairperson yani. Yeah, My School, My Future. I think I was leading about 3 organizations at some time. So okwangisinda yabona so ngasenzisuka mina ngahlala sami ngangasafiki njalo ngapha yabona so wathola ukuthi yiko okwazi izinto zacina zinjani zibuyele emuva. I understand.
So imali ze My School, My Future zange zidliwa.
Hayi.
They were being accounted for.
One of the best guys from Cholocho who I would treasure Cloud Mapena.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what one I forgot his name. Udingle. Taken care everything was accounted for. Kwasala ama box kodwa sagcina siwa donate somewhere. You understand? Unfortunately,
is still in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
That went still in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So why did you see a need to ngoma ngicabanga kahle kahle organization yakho lethi My School, My Future? Jofi, they were donating to schools from Matebele. Ngikho ngithi ngibuzile ngathi mina are you a tribalist? Ngoba in my understanding zikhona futhi Jofi izikolo zakithi ezihluphekayo kuMashonaleng kuMashingo kuboChinwe kubobhwera. Lezi izikolo kungani la lingazifinyeleli lina ngendlela zenu ze My School, My Future la lizohambe liye donate liqina kuphela ezikolweni ezehla ngathi le Matebele. Engani lina lingama tribalist.
My first imqondo wafika kimi ngize for me My School, My Future says for my school ngabheka it was chronic or chronic. You know, those guys celebrated the failures in Matebele. The topic was saying another 12 schools of Matebele joins the League of Failures. angazi yasithi 0%, but that topic alone
ama-results abantwana besikole.
aba-results abantwana primary school le nto yangizisa ubuhlungu. These guys bayabona kune-problem bona, they don't solve it, understand, baya-enjoya nje ukuthi another 12 schools of Matebele join the league of failures. That topic iyodwa nje ukuthi no man,
So iyakwenza
yangenza ukuthi
wavusa this thing
in my school my future ukuthi no man, we can't just cry singayenze lutho.
but awungasozikolo zodwa phela ezimadibeni ezazifeli. Kanti kungani ngabonanga kufanele ukuthi lijoin? Maybe did you try seeking any assistance from the government? Maybe la ngeke lithole this underground okhuluma ngayo ukuthi lathi lifika kodwa into zikaBongani. Kanti owathi into zikaBongani Jofi ngiyazibuza. Kwangobani? Were you that known wena kuma government circles, or cause sometimes somehow kuloba lezi inkulumo ngathi wena you were part of intelligence yase Zimbabwe? Kuliqiniswa ngani nkulu?
But firstly, am I intelligent?
Hayi mina angazi ngibuzela i-podcast yabantu i-community ukuthi bekwazi izwe ngawe wena ukuthi
if you think talk about CIO ne?
Yes.
We are talking about educated people abantu abayithelisa. Mina ngayigcinele primary school. So I don't think angifita anyway close to be called CIO.
So you have never worked with the intelligence?
Actually bona bangilanda la egoli and they wanted
hayibo kwakunini lapha?
I so isikhathi they like bangilanda la eBeria.
Bazana bakuthatha?
They kuthiwa bangiterrogate nje, they gave me warning and
le iwarning yengiyani awusenzeni ngaleso sikhathi? Kanti njengoba unisitsho ukuthi wena uyimbongi umuntu osupportayo anything that is progressive.
Yeah, there are many things
yaba lucrative ukuthi ze attract abantu bomthetho abe intelligence. Kwakuyini?
I don't think it was something about the step kakhulu, but I'd seen a problem abanayo. They don't want somebody who is or influential over labantu over abamlandelayo or against bona, yabo. You understand? Okay. So they came ukuthi bazongonisha.
So uphephe kanganani?
But I think they came about 2 times.
Uphephe kanganani ngalesi sikhathi wena kumbe uhlala ogadiweyo ocatshile
ngokuhlala? Angiphepanga, but what I know ukuthi abangidingi. But ngase befuna ukumbulala, I'm not safe. Yabo.
Babe kubulalelana kodwa. Babe kubulalelana.
Hayi angazi ukuthi babe mbulelana, but
kuthi phela kukhona okwenzayo wena. Ngoba ngikhumbula kahle ngoba leminyaka webhayi iqembu lemthwazi Liberation Front wena Jofi lake labonakala lichisa iflag eBeria Park.
Yes.
Mangikhumbula kahle. And ungathi lawo ukhona kulowo mkhosi wokuchiswa kweflag, and which is treasonous ngomthetho ukuchisa iflag yelizwe.
Uzangishayisa ngamasiyayo ngangekho mina.
Ongekho.
Firstly mina I'm not part of
yakuphika ukuthi wawukhona.
Yeah. I'm not part of MLF. I've never been part of MLF. I've never been part of MRP. I have never been part of MNP. They were no call. I never been part of those political parties, but I once been a member as ATM, then a member as ZAP. I left ZAP, then I'm such joining any political
So
party.
are you by any chance okwamanje politically affiliated to any organization?
No.
Why do
I mean organization engoyo abalobi bakithi currently bakithi.
So what is your current take njengoba usijona ukuthi uyindoda yafika ku 95 uyahamba ekhaya?
Ngiyahamba.
Ulokuhamba uzizwa uphephile uma usiya khona njengoba umuntu okwalanda abantu bomthetho bangani bakubuza buza imibuzo?
Angizizwa ngiphephile even lapho noma ngahambanga angizizwa ngiphephile. Yabo.
Okay.
You know, those people, if they want to kill me, they can kill me anytime. Angikachanga, I understand. So what I did, mina, that's why ngafihli lutho on whatever I'm doing. Because the reason why I realized what mzukana ngifile or mangathoba nganokudujuliwe olimele. People must know who is the culprit. That's why abantu abaningi bahlala bembuza ukuthi why wena ngiwenza inkondlo zungachasha. Angicashanga so that nxa ngizofa ongilimale, people must know first who is the culprit. Yabo. So if befuna ukumbulala anytime like all, it's not safe like South Africa vele. They can kill me anytime, but always ngikwenza ukuthi ngiphumele ngaphandle kuphela ngingasabi and say whatever I want to say.
In terms of the activism, where are you manje ngoba kunokuba nesikhathi sokuthi kube lento ezizakalayo ekhaya sike sabona bo this flag othachamuka and all that. I was be part of those movements.
And I'm part of, but what I discovered, I was happy, and most of them, they were using my poems. I
said, Joy, on the artistic side, I've seen in Kondozaki almost trends, almost in used by organizations.
Yes.
Which means, Bella, you are a rich man. Bella, which means, Bella Joy, he's very rich, because if he's saying different organizations have used his works, and I think he has groomed a lot of artists as well, and umuntu se contribute to art industry, which means Chico Twala, Labo Danchanda. Are you that rich?
I'm very, very poor. I'm not. I think Mina, normally I don't call myself an artist. I use art as a political tool. I use art to drive. Even if when I studied theater, you can ask Mandela, I always directed some of my plays. It was more of my plays where Cry Africa, Fishelwan. I think Cry Africa.
But the documentary is live in apolitical. They always bring out man. Knowing very well your works, political documentaries out there that we know of. That are all over, submitted everywhere. Netflix, they bring out money. Where is the money for this project? Where is it?
If you call Netflix,
even Ntulu, Sarafina. I think they made quite some money out of it.
Actually, Tina, Tina, first, the unfortunate part of us, especially Tinas outside the country, even our international donors, I was big. Most people who are up about big wire abantu abasekhaya. Understand the first part yakho.
Kwenziwa yini umsebenzi naye ayikho, is it not that good or alenzi kahle?
Angazi
kumbe lina leba approach
kungani
umsebenzi ningadlali?
It is not that good angithi kusho abantu, but if you see abantu always bekuzokuhaya bezokufuna kumaralize wabo everywhere, then
wena imsebenzi yakho ayihambisa apho kumele ihambe khona kuma-record label, kuma-recording companies. Have you looked maybe professionally, maybe in company ngakuproducer kumbe wena kumanager kumbe wena hand to mouth ukuthi khona ngabokuqatshileyo wabhadalwa kwaphela khona?
Okay, firstly, let's go back when I said, I don't see myself as an artist.
But if you are 30 imali you perform. That's being an artist.
So that's why what I did, that's why I'm printing t-shirts. I didn't take arts as a career. I took it, I used it as a political tool. Because of what happened, that's why I wanted to music. So it's not like I'm an entertainer, no. I'm an artist driving politics, I understand.
Yeah. Which politics are you driving? Exactly, which one are you driving?
I want ZANU-PF out.
Why would you want ZANU-PF out? What are your reasons?
Like mismanagement, the government. Like, mina pain yokuthi I was very so intelligent at school, but unfortunately, ipen lana angizange esikolweni ngisho. Ipen lana yahlala nami till today, yabona. So I had to see why kanti ngayanga esikolweni. Understand? In a country like maybe South Africa, maybe my mother was osizo, but my mom tried everything.
Kungani wathi njoba uthi wena ubuya ngo95? Kungani wena ungazama ngindlela zokuthi wena uzifundise wena?
Okay, like
kulokuthi kulokukhala usithi uhulumeni lokhu wena wazenzelani self as a person?
Okay, ngeke ngaya esikolweni 2011. I think ngazi ngingaka 2011 I went back ngabhala form 4 but ngaphuma nama subject a few, understand. But ngibuyele embuzweni wakho owenza ngingaqhubeki ukuthi I've got my brothers, my sisters abaza ngemva kwami. When I came here I started bona bafundile, omunye waya university with degree, omunye wagcina phezulu level because of mina ngabe ngazosebenza la, understand. So ngithe sengiqedile sebona nabo bafundile, I tried nami ukuthi ngihambe back esikolweni yabona, but unfortunately mawaswindoda silabantwana so
vele uyindoda ethethe.
Yeah.
Bengithi phela mebosses ngale abe podcast yabantu the uncomfortable truth semazibonele lo phone la ngithi le. So uyindoda ethethe labantwana abangaki?
Nginomntwana oyedwa.
Lo mntwana oyedwa. Okay, uhlala naye umama. ekhaya. Okay, hayi kuhle kakhulu.
So umbuzo okade ngifuna uba nawo ukuthi so ngibuza ukukhuluma ukuthi you write ama-play theatre, right? Do you maybe plan in turning your plays into ama-movie, izinto esingagcina sizibukele ku-Netflix?
Okay, I'm saying like I used to write. You understand now? For now, I can do ngenza ukuthi ngeke ngagula. Yabona ngeke ngangakhona nje. I think it was 2017 or
Bekusenzakala 2017.
ngaphathwa depression. I think wezwa ukuthi ngeke nganyamalala nje.
Kahle manisizwa kahle kungathi ngumuntu okwafuna ukucommit suicide. Did you for once think of taking your own life?
I can't put it like that,
But did it for once come into your mind? I think I'm at a point whereby I can't take anything anymore. Whatever was troubling you then, what you know, feel.
It was a depression.
So depression is real, but
yeah, like, but nothing to nzima. Even my wife was followed, like nansela peace. I understand. Akona nje into eziningi ezadala ukuthi
was it involved? Kwakuyinto eziphathelane nemsebenzi yakho yenzayo.
Yeah, kwakuyinto eziningi but ezinye zaziphathelene nale msebenzi yami.
Okay, so you feel like this, you are putting your family under pressure.
Yeah, understand that. Then there was a time where I found my wife crying ehlele ebhedeni. Embuza ukuthi what if they kidnap our umntanethu and all those things. You understand? So it's part of yabona. Okunye nami I stressed. I started a business. Yabona lama t-shirt anonkomo and mzilikazi all developing when I started.
So during this time,
so
why did you see to the best way out of this thing? Now you are unonkosikazi and ulengane. Ubusucabanga ukuthi wena uthathe impilo yakho. Awuboni ukuthi kwakungumcabango ongalungile nalo.
Okay.
Kumbe ngawolesi sikhathi wangocabanga.
Angithi wena uthe depression is real.
Hayi ngibuzile. Ngoba most of times ngicabanga ukuthi abantu abamnyama igama elithi depression angazi job lithiwa yini ngesinto. Mina elifundile.
Hayi ngesinto ayilazi.
So ngizokuzwa abantu bethi hayi umkhuhlane ofana nalo abantu abamnyama. Hayi umuntu uyabezenzisa.
What happens with the depression? Sometimes if mina ngaxoxa istory sami ukuthi I'd seen ukuthi lento yabo ingayiboni njengokufa wena nje ube uyibona njengento kuya somewhere in a better world.
Oh, engathi you are transitioning alright.
Yabona so
engathi kulobungcono lapho
yakhona yabo. So usuke
manje wasizwa yini
ngaya counseling thanks for abantu
like professionally.
Yeah, professionally.
Okay, who facilitated that for you?
I think Dr. Zenzo Moyo and others bakhona people contributed. My best friend umehlokazi played a big role. My family, my wife, understand that.
So did the counseling work?
Yeah, it worked, but the thing is Bongani ombonayo is not the same Bongani why before the depression.
Yeah, ingobe ngibuza ukuthi maybe
after depression kwesinye izinto yabona ngisa
wabuyele emuva nxa uthi maybe uzukhuziwe kumbe usebenza lapho uthi wena yabazonda.
No, ngabuyele emuva because of depression yabona. Like sometimes mina I ngesikhathi ngise-active I hardly spent 1 hour endlini yabo. But later after depression mina I can stay vele endlini 3 days ngaphumanga. Understand?
Would you say you fully recovered from this depression or sometimes these things
come? No, I didn't fully recover but ukuthi ngiyazinakekela manje yabona. Angisafuni into ezongicabangisa kakhulu all those things.
So what would you say to someone out there obukela i-postcard yabantu namhlanje nje ku the uncomfortable truth ukuthi because I understand ukuthi it's a very serious thing esilayo ebantwini bakithi i-depression but some of them they don't recognize it or they don't accept it.
Especially abantu abangobaba.
Ngoba uba indoda ayikhali ngicabanga la kukhula kuthiwa njalo kuthiwa indoda vele ayikhali. Ungathini wena kumuntu olemicabanga naleyo owulayo wena njengakho ukuthi maybe mangahlukana nempilo leyi impilo yami ngaba ngcono. Ungathini wena out there ukuthi no aba lenkinga nje kumbe what are the signs ukuthi you are depressed because asikwazi njengoba nje ukuthi legama lesinto lethi depression nami nje angilazi asikwazi ukuthi yini. So are there any signs that are there that can tell ukuthi kwenzeka lapha abambonayo bebekwazi no this person actually is depressed kahlani maybe sikwazi ukuthi simncedise lapha benze njani. So siqala lapha ukuthi ama signs what are the signs of depression yini oyibonisa ukuthi lana you are depressed?
Okay, one if umuntu ekhuluma kakhulu umbone eshintshe ngasakhulumi ulaka and zonke lezi zinto, but the best thing ukuthi if you feel stressed, because what lead to depression is stress, talk nabantu,
Khuluma nabantu.
khuluma nabantu.
Manje abantu phela bayajajana Ncube. Abantu bayajajana phandle la.
No, this
Bethini abantu.
nami at some time
Were you not judged when sometime?
I was judged, but
Yeah. How did it make you feel when people were judging you?
sometimes uyezwa ubuhlungu ngithi uyezwa ubuhlungu ukuthi no man lento le ngisuke ngingazenzi ngokwesintu thina singathi ungaba le stress kakhulu stress ya invite imimoya ebed yabona if cause a depression ngisho understand so I was judged here and there, but sometimes ngathi seng counseling ngabona maybe people are right to judge me because they don't understand this thing yabona ukuthi what I discovered mina I walked from me suka la Joburg to Pitoli.
Yeah, I saw it ukuthi wahamba ngenyawo wena usuka lapha eGoli usafika
I didn't know what I wanted, I understand. So
what dojwa ngubani manje ePretoria?
this thing I think inemimoya part because I feel so phone yami ngathi ngifika lapho yacima
To Pretoria.
totally
After walking in the road, ku highway, wahamba ku freeway.
yeah
Do you still remember ukuthi wahamba ku freeway?
yeah so yacima ethe icimile kwaba nzima ukuthi bayivuke yabona
Abantu abakutholayo.
ukuthi light vele
Abantu abakutholayo.
unless after that actually I'm a twin brother, so
Yes.
I discovered my brother is a spiritual someone. You understand? They went praying bayenza lokho abakwenzayo and understand. So my brother told them ukuthi singayenza this thing
Uzoba right.
ifone yakhe kuzaba
Oh,
right.
okay.
After doing that my phone yavuleka, then they called me.
How long did it take you to walk from Joburg to
Pretoria.
if you can remember on top of your
Maybe
head?
ngasuka la ngo-6
One time
yeah ntambama ngafika le maybe go around 4
ekuseni.
ekuseni.
Uloku uhamba. Ungazizwa ukuthi ulambile umbukathele ubomba ukuhamba kuphela.
So also, what would you say were your coping mechanisms? Ngesikhathi sona leso when you are within that period of depression, yiziphi izinto ozenza ubona ukuthi hayi lento yangincedisa ngenze ngifile ngcono again?
I stayed isikhathi eside mina ngingahlangani nabantu like abantu abaningi bayangisazi ngumuntu active ohambe yohlangana nabantu uma kunemicimbi. I stayed isikhathi eside ngisendlini ngiqale manje mhlawumbe ukuthi lingibone futhi yabona because sengizizwa kanjani
And usukwazi ukukhuluma ngakho manje.
Sengikwazi ukukhuluma ngakho but I stayed ngumuntu.
I think it's an exclusive. You've never spoken about this in public, right? I think we are blessed to see podcast Yabantu. Siyabonga kakhulu. I think these are issues emphakathini nje ofima ukuthi ezinanzelela ezinokuhlupha kakhulu abantu abamnyama ukuthi our people are committing suicide out there. Abanye abaluthola usizo. Abalenhlanhla ke yena waluthola usizo. Ngike ngibuza ukuthi abantu benzeni izihlobo mase zibone ukuthi luckily you had support system. So do you agree with me ukuthi if there wasn't a support system that was there, maybe ngabe sikhuluma so maybe ngabe sithi umoya ubongani Ncube?
Actually ngisuka ngise Pitoli indaba i community suicide yayivele siphelile yabona. I didn't know what had happened because when I came Mango Mora Park instead of like in community suicide isihlahla leso nganguso I just
umuntu vele wase ready.
Yeah, so
wawuphethe intambo wawu ready prepared konke.
yeah so I just prayed yabona. I didn't know
wazibona uzukuthandaza nje.
wazibona sengithandaza then they gave me voice yabona.
uNkulunkulu.
I don't know whoever
Because wena ngiyawazi vele ukuthi culturally so angazi ukuthi in your beliefs wesintu ngoNkulunkulu.
hayi but
Ume
phela
ngapho.
ukuthi wesintu akusho ukuthi ngoNkulunkulu. uNkulunkulu umdala ngithi
Oh,
secreator.
so okay, hayi siyakuzwisisa.
Then I prayed ngithe sengikhulekile then the voice came ukuthi mina I must go to Polokwane. I was on my way to
Polokwane.
and that voice said go start a life entsha lapho.
That's where you went to Polokwane, you started a new life. Was this after or before the counseling?
No, it was the day of me going to Pitoli.
Pretoria.
Oh.
So abakulande Pretoria ngobani?
Ngalanda umehlo kaZulu. It was umehlo kaZulu, Mom Tees, my wife.
Wabe wazi ukumtshela ukuthi ungabe exactly.
Yeah.
Ifoni si on. So like I said, what would you say now to someone that is out there depressed, thinking of taking their own lives? Because as I'm seeing, yes, yours maybe there were political factors into it, but I think especially i-pressure emadodeni ibaningi kakhulu ukuthi sometimes they're faced with predicaments ukuthi abakwazi benzeni uyazama lokho empilweni kwehlula maybe who to talk to kako appreciated ekhaya. Do we have those support systems? Are you in that position ukuthi wena kunje you are willing to share your story to somebody to say, hey, look, there is hope. It's not necessary for you to do this. You understand? Are you that somebody that is now can say, I can use my own life experience to help someone out there?
Yes, actually, Vela, since abantu abaningi before.
Have you thought of maybe starting a foundation towards that? Because it's a big cause right now. I would say it's quite a bigger cause, maybe compared to these other causes that are out there. Because livelihood, Yabantu matters here. And we are seeing a lot of people that are giving up on life and ending up taking their own lives. Or be destroying imdeni yabo ngezinto ezifana zenezokuthi abaluthola usizo olufanele or abalayo kunje ngathi mina wena vele ungumuntu wabantu. So most of the times ungathola ukuthi when you cry a lot of people might stand up and want to come in and chip in. But what does this one now who has got no one to help do? What must that person do? Kumele enze.
Yes.
How would you advise such a person?
The only thing which can help you, you go to ukhulume mawunenkinga, ukhulume, talk to someone mawunenkinga yabona. Because sometimes people will judge you, but ukuthi abantu bakujudgile is less than ukuthi uluze impilo yakhe. Understand? Talk to people ukuthi hayi ngine problem so. Understand? I'd seen it especially manje abantu abaningi imisebenzi bayi iphelile because of i-COVID.
Of course.
Amadoda stressed. Sometimes thola umama uyasebenza endlini awusebenzi. Then you are told this and that, try this, but the thing is, if you have a problem, talk to people, you understand? So maybe my mistake was naiga ipain yagcwala, understand? Inhlizweni yami without even saying I bottle that pain, finishing affect her, understand?
In terms of abukele makajo phela bazwela ukuthi no it's real. Depression is real and it's out there. It almost took his life and it's exclusive now today on the podcast Yabantu. It's a story that has never been told. Anyway, I don't think Uti it's by chance Uti a man will survive from this.
Yeah.
It's by God's grace. Watandaza futhi ukuthi into enje ethole sizakala. And wamsiza ngoba lamanje sekwazi uspend isikhathi le family yakhe umuntu osekwazi la ukuthi njani share this story with the people and umhlaba nje ububhekile kanje so. And I will really appreciate what abantu out there, Jovi, need to speak out. You need to speak out, need to talk whenever they've got problems. Social men, because we are seeing a lot of cases about suicide that are there. And I'm glad what he's leading that cause to say, I'm always open. And what I can tell the people is, people must talk if they've got a problem.
We want to also open the platform to people really to come and share their stories, especially what they've been through, their coping mechanism, what they did to survive. So sabonga kakhulu ukuthi share definitely have you again next time ukuze sixoxela, but also want to open the platform for abanye abantu, especially amadoda. We're not excluding women, but sithi esikhathini esiningi we've been told indoda ayikhali,
which is the problem.
So we wanna stop le nto le kwenzela ukuthi siqhubeke with abo baba bethu abo malume abo bhuti bethu. So maybe in closing, to someone out there, I think you already said it, but ophandle lapana ozizwa ukuthi usefike ekugcineni, what can they do, where can they go, who can they talk to?
Okay, as I said, ukuthi ukhuluma kuyanceda, but on saying indoda ayikhali, but it's not ukuthi like amadoda akhali, but as a man vele uyabuza ukhalela abantu because
inkingi
lapho yabona ukuthi mina mase ngikhala manje lo mama enginaye abantu abami ethini bona yibo abamele bakhale
so kumele ngiqine,
so kumele uqine,
but akusafani phela kudala
maqina yabona
makes it worse.
It makes worse ukuthi like special. I wouldn't face my wife engadlanga lo mntana engadlanga ngisho, understand? Lokho kudla okuncane okukhona they rather eat mina ngiqine. That's how to be a father, that's to be a man. That's where it came ukuthi indoda ayikhali because akekho umuntu ozomkhalela, understand? So we have to fight, but i-situation esibhekene nayo i-problem yabantu bakithi iwani ukuzifihla man, ukuzifihla ungafuna ukuhlangana labanye abantu
vele ebantwini ubonakale.
mina egoli lapha ngicela abantu abaningi kakhulu ngathi abaningi kakhulu engabaziyo sihlangana nje ngoba indoda lenkinga yize ngihlale naye ungasebenzi akusidli khona lokho share you understand ngoba buza abantu abaningi abangazi siqale nabo madabudabo nyamazana omlamule and everyone yabo bazakuthola uBongani sometimes indlu yami kwakuthiwa i-revolution house ngabantu from singazane kwakuthola sibaningi yabona
hayi ngiza kumbamba njalo ke ubhuti Mncube othe usethekela namhlanje ku-podcast yabantu and as uJofe echile engihamba namhlanje sizathi thina ikakudabula depression lidabula uchisa kakhulu so we are going to also talk to our producers to see how can we assist also as a podcast yabantu get professionals ukuthi umuntu sesiqhumane lathi ethe podcast yabantu inodabula uthile ngaze lithinta udabula ubuhlungu kakhulu udabula le depression and lami ngicabanga ukuthi ngile problem efana naleyo sometimes lokuzizwa ngifuna ukuthatha imphefumulo wami kumbe ngifuna ukugive up elifini we are going to work hard to make sure that silabo producer bethu siyalitholela inombolo othu direct you to professional organizations or our in-house coaching and counseling people avala boJoyful Mncube ukuthi besincedise ngabona singancedisana kanjani thina siyi-podcast yabantu angihambe ngedwa ngihamba noJoyful Mncube sithi danko siyabonga podcast yabantu
siyabonga bahlali